All right, so this is my personal Durasteel that we use here at the shop. I have broken it in the way that you have done also, in the way that you've described to me over the phone. If I give it power, the fan turns on if I lift up the float, but then I let go of the float and it turns off, exactly how you described it to me. The reason for this is because these are out of adjustment, like I said. Now we're going to do both of them. I've unadjusted both of them so that way you can do them both just to be on the safe side. When you do one, you should always do the other. So, turn the power off. You want to start with 3 inches of water inside the evaporation chamber. Right now, we have about 1.5 inches. So, let's fill it up to 3. There we go. All right, so take a look inside there, and you'll see that it's at 3 inches, and you'll notice that the bottom part is on the bottom of the evaporation chamber. Some people make the mistake of measuring from the heating element. Don't do that. You want to measure from the bottom of the evaporation chamber. So right now it's at 3 inches. If the distiller was properly adjusted, oh, it'd turn on right now, but it's not. So, just like you described, you lift up the float, it turns on, and then it turns off when you let go. No, that's because it's misadjusted. So, with the water level at 3 inches, we're going to adjust this guy right there. Let's kill power. And what you're gonna do is loosen these. You're gonna turn it all the way counterclockwise, so to the left. And then you're gonna turn it clockwise just until it clicks. Right there. And then you tighten it down. I'll do it again, okay? All the way counterclockwise, and then counterclockwise till it clicks. Now you gotta be careful when you're screwing it in, because sometimes people like to move it when it does that. Now, when I kick it on, the fan should turn on now, because it's properly adjusted. So if you push it down, it'll turn off, bring it up, and nothing happens. Now, this guy is not adjusted yet. And the reason why I know that is because it's not filling up with water. Now, I have it so that way you can push this all the way down. Let me do this and turn the fan off so you can hear. I could push this all the way to the bottom of the floor and it still doesn't turn on. You need to give it a little bit more juice in order to turn it on. So, we're gonna adjust this guy now. So, this guy is opposite. You want to turn it all the way counterclockwise. Or I'm sorry, all the way clockwise and then counterclockwise until it clicks. Now it should be on. Let's make sure it actually does turn on. There we go. So you can hear it buzzing away, right? And then when it gets to about 4.5 inches, it's going to turn off automatically. So, let's fill it up to 4.5 and then readjust it. Where's my tape measure? Here we go. That is 4.5 inches. And same thing, make sure you're measuring from the bottom of the evaporation chamber, not the heating element. Now, let's see what it does. Now, it doesn't do anything, it's off. Now we're still gonna have to bring it, we're still gonna have to adjust it, because even though right now it's good, we want to adjust it still. So, just like I said earlier, it's opposite. All the way to the right to see that it's on. Or to see that's off, I'm sorry. So you want to go all the way left. And there we go. Now it should be off. Just like that. So there's a little bit of median there. So let's do it again. It's at the 4.5 inches. We turn it all the way counterclockwise, and then we slowly bring it clockwise till it clicks. That was a little bit fast, so I'll go slower. So it's all the way counterclockwise. Come on, there we go. That should be it right there. You want to make sure you don't accidentally move it. See, it's off now. But if the water level goes down by me pushing it down, it'll turn back on automatically. And of course that, I just turned off the fan so you can hear it. So that's how you do it. I'll go over it again. This guy, you fill it down to 3 inches, you turn it all the way counterclockwise, and then slowly clockwise until it clicks. When it clicks, you know you're good, and that's when you tighten it down. This guy, fill it up to 4.5 inches. You bring it all the way counterclockwise, and then you twist it clockwise until it turns off again. Just like that. Let me tighten down this other guy. Oh, I thought I heard a click. Make sure it's not a... Yep, okay, good. The reason why the water has to turn on at 3 inches is because if it goes below that, the heating element is going to be exposed to the atmosphere. It'll overheat and you'll blow your heating element. So you want it to turn on when there's 3 inches of water, and then you want this to turn off when it gets to 4.5 inches of water. If you notice over here, there's still a little bit of room between the top of the float stem and the top of the evaporation chamber. That's on purpose. You want there to be a little bit of a gap there because, well, you don't want this thing to overflow. So, needless to say, this guy works as intended. So what we're going to do, we're going to force it again. The autofill switch should be turning on. Nope. Try to get it one more time. See, now it's turning back on. So you can see what's going on now is, this is pretty cool. This is the amount of water that gets distilled per cycle. So let's go a little bit further, just so that way we can make sure. We're gonna keep pulling water out till the fan turns off, and we're gonna measure it. Ooh. We're going to fill that up a little bit more so we can. All right. I was playing with the float stamp and got ahead of myself, making sure it's actually working. Which it is. Nope. There we go. There we go. And we're good. All right. So, just to recap, autofill should be on until it's at 4.5 inches. The heating element fan should be on, should only come on at 3 inches. So you have that 3 to 4.5 inches worth of window where both of them are on at the same time. What we're going to do is we're going to fill this up. Fan is on. Or not the fan, I'm sorry, the fill solenoid is on. There's the fan at 3 inches, a little over 3 inches now. I'm going to turn the fan off so you can hear the fill solenoid. And there we go. And it turns off. But I just turned the fan off so you can hear the fill solenoid. That's how you do it. That should click at 3 inches. That should click at 4.5 inches.